What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Bets. I'm your host, Zach Stonerock, and joining me, I have my co-host, Mr. Avery Cunningham. Avery, welcome back to the show.
Zach, man, thanks for having me back, man. Like the haircut.
Thanks. It's just continues to run away from my face. That might say something.
Yeah, when the hairline run away from the eyebrows, it's not I mean, just another sign of aging, but
Right, getting old sucks, man.
sometimes it does. Yes.
Yeah,
But we get wiser.
man.
That's what they say.
I agree with that. I wish that as I get older, I could become much better at making picks in NFL games. That would be really nice.
I think, yeah, well, last week for me is one of those times where you have to realize that you don't suck at gambling. It's just the players suck at playing.
Facts,
That
facts.
yeah, you gotta look in the mirror, point to the mirror, because essentially you're pointing at yourself, say you don't suck at gambling, the players suck at playing.
I think that we should write strongly worded letters in red ink to all the players that didn't show up the way we expected them to.
Yeah, that or write letters to the or NFL writers that tune into the show and try to agonize, go against our picks.
I like it.
Let's go.
Let's attack everybody that's not on our side. Isn't that how society works now?
Basically, yeah. If you're not with us, you're against us.
Exactly. God forbid anyone have some middle ground.
Right. You can never be on the line, you're either left or right. But
Right.
yeah, we don't have to get into politics.
Yeah. That's not even just politics. That's just anything.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, when I said left and right, I was thinking left wing and right wing, both wings
Yep.
on the same bird. So
Before we jump into it, I do want to put this in at the beginning of the episode. Typically, we include it at the end, but for everyone that is listening, or I'm sorry, for anyone that's watching, we have kind of steered away from the podcast platforms just because I've been having some issues with getting them to upload. Still going to give it a shot each week to try to get them to upload, but we have been running into some technical difficulties with that. However, if you are watching this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you know when new episodes post. Typically, we post one every week, Friday or Saturday. Sometimes on Sunday is when they're released. But we've this has probably been our best season so far. With consistent uploads and getting more episodes out. So this is definitely the time to subscribe, and we love seeing our channel grow, and we appreciate everyone who's been along for the ride. There's a few people out there, especially on Instagram, who have really been with us from the beginning. So if any of you are listening right now, we appreciate the heck out of you. If you're a new listener, we appreciate you equally as much. So you make all this possible. We're trying to grow this, and sky's the limit, which is not a pun, considering I'm going to talk about Sky later on. So Sky Moore, we're gonna throw him out there, see if he's gonna get some action today with all the injuries in Kansas City or not. So before we dive into it, though, Avery, you got anything exciting on the slate for the weekend?
nope, not that I can think of. Well, actually, my niece's birthday, is the 20th. So we're going to her birthday party today. So that'll be excited. She's turning 7. So happy birthday, Araya.
Happy birthday, Araya. That's crazy that her birthday's the 20th because Taylor's stepmom's birthday is the 20th. So happy birthday to Marcia. And then my buddy that was also in my wedding with Avery and all my other guys, Josh. So Josh's birthday is the 20th also. So a lot of good people that were born on November 20th. So that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's pretty rare. We know that many people with November 20th birthdays.
That's 3 is a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
There's 365 days throughout the year, and we know 3 people that were all born on one.
Yeah, so my brother Perrin, his birthday is July 10th, and I know at least 5 other people with that same birthday. Like him, my uncle's birthday is July 10th. One of my good friends, Pride, his birthday is July 10th, and I can name others, but it's that's very very strange. Have that many people have one birthday that but either that or we just know a lot of people. I don't know.
Could be either.
Yeah, sure.
Possibilities are endless as to why that happened.
Yes, variety is the spice of life.
Well, speaking of variety, let's dive into last week's performances. And when I look at your record, there was not a lot of variety. It was just a bunch of L's. So, would you like to provide any insight into you going 0-5 last week?
Let the people know, what games that I chose, and I, obviously failed at miserably.
Let's go down the list.
Sure.
Texans plus 5.5. I believe they lost by 6.
Lost by 8.
8. Okay. 49ers minus 7.5.
Won by 6.
Was that?
Won by 6.
That's the 6 game I was thinking about. You took the under of 44 in the Dallas and Green Bay game. That one was not even close.
Christian Watson, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard,
dog,
5 touchdowns in 4 days after having 0 touchdowns in 9 weeks.
I mean, they have to, right? They don't have any other weapons. They had to find somebody to feed the ball to.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to say no other weapons. I'm sorry. They got AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, just like with a lot of injuries, they've been injured a lot this year. Romeo Dobbs been injured. Alan Lazard missed a couple games. I think he missed 1 or 2 games this year. So Christian Watson also missed the games with like hamstrings and concussions, but he finally got to see his size and like his speed. Because like he's like one of the few deep threats that's on the Packers roster right now. 6'4" with 4.36 speed. He can make some plays. He's going to have some games where flops. He's going to be inconsistent because he's a rookie and he's not. He's a flawed player for right now, but he'll continue to improve. As he's in the offense. So he's a very volatile receiver from week to week. So
I'm looking forward to seeing the Watson Love connection next year.
Hot take, ladies and gentlemen. That is a hot take.
Aaron Rodgers has got to be done.
So is that retirement, or is he going to play for another franchise like the Panthers? Or
I don't think the Panthers will pick him up. The Panthers right now are in a building for the future, and when they want to bring in a young quarterback, and I guess I could see them bringing him in if we think that Matt Corral is the quarterback of our future. Bring him in. Matt Corral gets healthy. Bring Aaron Rodgers in. Have him mentor Matt for a year. I don't know if Rodgers is ready to take that role. I know he's taking that role right now with Jordan Love, but that's kind of by default. That was organic. They just picked up Jordan Love through the draft. So I'm not sure if Aaron Rodgers will want to go to a team that's rebuilding just to mentor a quarterback, a younger quarterback. I think Aaron Rodgers retires after this year. I think that,
especially how season going, I can see that happening.
And year after year, the Packers don't give him the pieces he needs. It seems year after year he's asking for, another weapon. He's asking for, even when they had Adams, he was like, we need another guy opposite Adams. And while they've had decent people, they had Randall Cobb, brought him back, but he's at the end of his career. Still productive for where he is in his career, but Alan Lazard, good player, but can't seem to stay on the field. He battled injuries over the years, so I just feel like he was really hoping to have another like superstar wide receiver brought in. OBJ, I guess, is kind of on the table, but I don't see that happening. And plus, if he came in again, Christian Watson's there, but they don't have Adams anymore, so. I don't think the organization has treated him the way that they should because of what he's done for that franchise. So I think he's done.
Yeah, they treat him how he should be treated. They paid the man, so they treat him very well. But with
fair enough.
Yeah, So, but if you pay him, everybody else is not going to get paid the same. So Devontae Adams like, well, I'm gonna go somewhere else where I'm gonna get paid a little bit more. Hence the trade. So I mean I see both ways, but everybody's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady would you know sacrifice his money just to get those pieces around him so he can win. So it's a catch 22. Either you get paid, but in the NFL it's a salary cap, so can only go over a certain amount. So
Yeah, I just think that even though they paid him, if you're going to pay that much money for a quarterback, you want production out of that quarterback, and to get production, at least draft a receiver.
what they drafted two of them.
Draft a receiver in the first round.
Um, well, my argument to that is he's been fine without a receiver in the first round. Devontae Adams was drafted in the second round. He's probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Jordy Nelson, second rounder. Randall Cobb, second rounder.
Right, but then they shipped all of those guys out at the worst time. Like Rodgers and Jordy, they had a great relationship, and then they shipped Jordy out to the Raiders. I want to say it was right. Yeah, isn't that where he finished his career?
Yeah, Raiders.
Like, there was no reason, and again, probably money. I'm sure there was money issues involved there, but I just don't understand why you would ship him out.
Yeah, I don't remember the situation. I know it was some years ago, but I mean, for like all the times they drafted receivers, he's had some good receivers. So I can't. I mean,
give him a first rounder. I'm sticking with give the man a first round receiver.
If you're going to develop they'll develop Christian Watson. He's going to be fine. Romeo Doubs is going to be fine.
And by that time, Aaron Rodgers will be in a retirement home, and he'll.
Yeah, I mean. Know. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but these guys just have to develop. That's what they've been doing. They've just been developing the guys that they draft. So that's why the Packers have been one of the better franchises out there, because they like their homegrown talent, until it comes to like paying them, but they'll develop their talent.
Yeah, I guess I think that organization just runs differently also because there's not like a true owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, then you also had the Dolphins Browns under 49.5. That one went way over. But in fairness, I was with you on that. That was included in the parlay last week. So I was on board with the under 49.5. I did not see that game scoring that many points.
Yeah. Browns got their butts kicked. Nothing else to be said.
And the Dolphins just put up points in general. I mean, they're just rolling right now. So they're a high scoring team. And then the soft pick, the softball pick of the week last week, Buffalo money line. You want any comments?
Justin Jefferson is an absolute dog.
He is. I at least went down with pride in my pick in the parlay when I took the Bills minus 6.5. I mean, a loss is a loss, but
my choice was closer to your choice,
I suppose.
So like I said, Buffalo money line, but that probably game of the year. One of the more wildest games I remember in recent memory in the NFL. I never seen a game, one like that. It was a great game. So Justin Jefferson is an absolute dog. They just need to give him a blank check, and then he'll write the number that he seems fit.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what. Well, I don't know why I'm excited. I'm interested to see how much money he gets paid on his next contract. I would be excited if I were getting like 10% of it. That'd be nice, but
yeah, you'll be pretty good,
pretty well off for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit.
So, quick recap of my picks last week. I took Seattle plus 2.5 in that Tampa-Seattle game that was played in Germany. Seattle made a nice little push at the end. It seemed like they just really couldn't get things going until too late in the game, and they just couldn't capitalize. it was nice to see Tom Brady get a win, just because I don't know, like as much as everyone loves to hate Tom Brady, you also, I mean, he's 44 years old, I want to say 43, 44, and still playing at the highest level in sports. So uh, that pass to him where he fell down, his tweet was pretty comical.
That's pretty funny.
But so we lost that one. I took Chicago -3 versus the Lions. That came down to a Santos missed point after. So the kicking game continues to haunt Chicago
For many days, always.
for many days. I also took the Saints -1.5 at Pittsburgh. I really did not expect that game to go the way it did for Pittsburgh to win 20-10.
I sat here and told you what was going to happen.
That's all right, man. I wish you would have told yourself what was going to happen in a couple games last week.
And then put it on my picks, yeah, for sure.
Too bad you didn't take Pittsburgh as one of your picks, and then we wouldn't have been talking about your 0-5s. Then my 2 wins, because I went 2-3 last week. Kansas City -9.5 versus the Jaguars. They ended up winning by 10. And then the Titans -2.5. I don't remember what the score to that game was, but I know that they covered the spread.
17-10.
17-10. So I went 2-3. You went 0-5, which brings our records. We each have 12 wins. I have 22 losses. You have 20 losses. I have 1 push, and you have 3 pushes. So I'm 12-22-1, and you are 12-20-3.
Yeah.
So the gap is closing, but it's not closing by me catching up. It's closing because you're coming down to my level. So neither of us have great records right now. It's unfortunate.
Hey, there's always another week. Let's go.
Hey, that's the most important play is the next play. So let's dive into week 11 in the NFL. You know the way this goes. We're going to go ahead and kick it over to you for your first pick.
All right. So for my first pick, I think I'm going to take a team total again. First time I did this, which was unsuccessful, but I think I feel a lot better about this one. So I'm going to Chicago Bears over the 23.5 total against the Atlanta Falcons. Last 4 weeks, they've hit this total all 4 times, and against better defenses in the Patriots. At 33, 49 against 29 against the Cowboys, and then 32 against the Dolphins. Unless you've been living under a rock, Justin Fields has been playing absolutely out of his mind. He's been progressing in the pocket a little bit, but he's also been running for a whole bunch of yards. I want to say going into the week, not counting Thursday's game, he's at number 7, I believe, in rushing yards. So this offense is like starting to pick up steam because of Justin Fields has improved his play. The defense has been, they're tanking. They've traded away their best assets, but the Falcons' defense isn't all that better. They've been giving up a lot of points these past few weeks. Giving up 25 against Carolina, who's probably a lesser offense than the Bears. So I do like the 23.5. I think it's a little bit low total for Bears this week. So definitely like that pick.
Yeah, I actually really like that pick. Typically when I search for my picks, I look at like the spreads and then the total for the whole game. So I didn't really dive into the single game total, but I'm with you. I think 23.5 should be easy to cover. Now, I would hate for it to come down to where they had 21 points and they put Santos out there to kick a field goal and it bounces off the upright. But I agree with what you said, and because I agree, I actually have this game in my picks as well. I'm taking Chicago +3. Looking at Chicago being +3 in this situation, I have this game. I think this line should probably be closer to like 1.5, and it could go either way in this. So the fact that Chicago's getting 3 points here, the way that Justin Fields has been playing, I expect him to run for 2 touchdowns. I think that that's a high probability in this game. And even though the defense is tanking, I think that this is going to be more of like a back and forth, and it's going to come down to that last possession. So let's say it's tied going into the end, and the Falcons kick a field goal to win it. We're pushing at that point, which is that's fine. But I also think it could go the other way where excuse me, where it comes down to Chicago needing to kick a field goal. They hit it, they win by 3. Easy cover there. So excuse me.
No, yeah,
So
I do. Yeah, I do like that pick. I agree with you. I think this is more of like a 1.5, type of game. Falcons at home, they don't really have a true home advantage. I want to say that Arthur Smith at home maybe 3-6 against the spread. You might want to double check on that. So yeah, not I mean it's a dome, but not really much of a home advantage. I do like David Montgomery in this game. With the Falcons not the run defense not being. I think they want to be. I think they might be last, and when it comes to like run defenses, like they're at the bottom when it comes to their run defense. So which isn't good for when we have to defend. David Montgomery, Justin Fields, those guys. So yeah, I definitely like your pick there.
cool. I like when we're on the same page. I just hope we're not sad together next week
Yeah,
when we meet.
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
well, so that was my first pick too. So I'll kick it back to you.
All right, so I'm going with New Orleans and Los Angeles Rams under the 39.5 points. Look at both of these offenses. They just both offenses have been just completely ravaged by injuries. Obviously, we all know Cooper Cup. He's went on IR with a high ankle sprain. So that's what nearly almost 40% of the team's targets that's going to be dispersed to other people. So Allen Robinson hasn't been looking all that great. So they're going to need Van Jefferson to step up. Ben Skoranek, Tyler Higbee has been one of the more inefficient tight ends this whole. I mean, in the season, getting a lot of usage, but just been, with drops, just been inefficient. This Rams offensive line is just, no bueno. A running game has pretty much been non-existent this year. With Cam Akers, Daryl Henderson, just hasn't been good. You look at on defense. New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans has been struggling this year, but they play different when they playing at home. So I expect them. Just with the lack of weapons that the Rams have, to excel. And then you look at the Saints offense. They're missing 3 of their offensive linemen. You guys still got to block Aaron Donald. That defense is on the Rams side still pretty good with the guys they got back there. Andy Dalton's kind of been on the struggle bus. He's got to make some better decisions. He might be at risk of being benched at half or any time during the game or something like that with Jameis Winston. So there's been talk with a QB change. The offense has been looking good. And it's tough with trying to block Aaron Donald with 3 backup O linemen. So I do like the under 39.5 for this game. I know it's not a lot of points, but neither team's I don't think it's going to put up a lot of offense.
I agree with everything you just said there. I stayed away from this game just because I don't know when you have teams that are both struggling the way both these teams are, and a lot of like question marks at certain positions and how people are going to play. You just never know like which way this is going to go. I would 100% lean towards the under on this one. I just my fear is Alvin Kamara has a 6 touchdown game or something like that. So I don't think it's going to happen against the Rams defense, like you said. If nothing else, like that is the bright spot for the Rams right now is Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and what that defense can do. Not to disrespect who's their linebacker that they have?
Wagner.
Bobby Wagner. Yep. I want to say Von Miller, but he's with Bills obviously now. But yeah, don't want to disrespect him and leave him off there. But I don't know. I feel like that this could be a crazy game where the Saints put up a good amount of points and Stafford finds a way to get Allen Robinson to produce the way that everyone expected him to, but the chances of either of those things happening are it's 50-50. So I think 39.5 taking the under, not a bad play. I don't hate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, you're welcome. Um, my next pick is the Patriots minus 3.5. They're playing at home against the New York Giants or New York Jets. Sorry about that. I think that we're looking at the Patriots playing at home. Patriots have, I think, exceeded a lot of people's expectations for the season. Stevenson and Harris in that backfield, I think that they're going to have a big day running the ball. And I think the Jets are also riding a hangover of beating the Bills. Just a few weeks ago, these two teams met. The Patriots won 22-17. So I think we're going to see another game that's going to be very similar.
Yeah, it's been, I don't think the Jets has beat the Patriots at Gillette Stadium since 2008. You might want to check on that. But it's been 13 straight victories against the Jets for the Patriots. This game is just a little bit more interesting. Both teams are have their offensive struggles. And the only reason I would pick New England Patriots, I do like Patriots win this game. The 3.5 is kind of what threw me off. I like it better at 3. Just because of that field goal. But Zach Wilson has 7 interceptions in 2 games against the Patriots. So he has no. So Bill Belichick kind of has him figured out. So he's gonna have to make some better decisions against them. But I do like that pick. I would definitely lean towards the Patriots here. Very, very low total, 37.5 too. So we'll see where the scoring comes from. But the Patriots, I mean, outside of Ramondre Stevenson, is like he's been masking up a lot of troubles when it comes to that offense.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that offense has a lot of struggles. Mac Jones there's still a lot of questions about whether the Patriots have their quarterback or not. So we'll see how that plays out. But I'm with you that half point hook definitely scared me a little bit. But at the same time, I could see this being one of those games where the Patriots, tighten things up on defense, really slow down the Jets and then just, pound the ball, all game. And I don't know. I could see this game being possibly a 13-point game. And I could see it going, 17 to, well, I was about to say 13-point game and then not have the score difference be 13 points. Let's see here. So if I think the Patriots are going to have 7, no, well, that wouldn't be right because then the Jets would have to have 4. Let's go. Let's go 20.
2 safeties are very, very rare.
Let's go 20-17 or 20-7. 20-7.
Oof.
So I'm gonna go ahead and write that down just in case that's accurate. I want to make sure I hit on that.
Yeah,
I want to be able to seem like a prophet.
You should play that correct score, see if it hits. Put a low number on there, put a low price on there. Yeah, you might come out with $100 or something like that.
Love it. 20-7. All right. All right. Well, I think we're back on you right now. So let's go ahead and get that third pick.
All right, so this pick kind of scares me off the recent news that some of these players were drinking on the way back from the game on Monday. But going to Washington Commanders, to my chagrin, -3 against the Houston Texans. If you watch the game on Monday, Commanders have one of their better performances of the year against undefeated Eagles team. Caused turnovers. Was able to run the ball successfully. Was able to possess the ball for a very long time against that Eagles defense. The Commanders are going to expose the Texans run defense again. On Sunday. Texans probably, them and the Falcons have one of the worst run defenses, in the league. Also, you got Derek Stingley's not going to play this game, so look for Terry McLaurin to have a big game here. Chase Young is coming back. It's going to be a very, very good matchup between Laramie Tunsil and Chase Young on the edge there. So I'll be looking forward to seeing that. But this Commanders team, they've just been playing better ever since Carson got hurt. They just I think they just come together more with Heineke under center. unfortunately. So it's going to be hard for. I mean, I think he'll get his spot back, but will he get this? I think Carson will get his spot back just because I think he's a better player. But will the team perform the same? Under him. That's yet to be seen. The team, has Heineke has created that spark. I mean, so I can't lie, but I do like the Commanders here, -3. Their game out of the playoffs, kind of let you guys know before the season that this team, could shock some people. So I don't know if they'll get in the playoffs. It just depends on how the Giants do. If they keep, if the Commanders keep winning. Not sure what their schedule looks like. Then we got the bye week 14, but we'll see. But I do like the Commanders -3 here.
There is no way that you're going to sit there and say with confidence that Carson Wentz is the better quarterback over Taylor Heineke.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
How can you say that still?
Just look at like stronger arm. That pick that he had, that pick on the
but stronger arm when he's throwing to the other team, or it doesn't matter if his right arm's strong. He tries to throw the ball left-handed sometimes.
What? Heineke went 12 of 22. Like what a 60-something QBR. Like, come on, man.
And they win games.
But they've been winning, so I can't really take that away from them. But they've been running the ball better. They're a little bit more healthier on the offensive line. Carson was dealing with some backups when he was playing. So, hey man,
Carson's done for the season. He'll be a backup. He's going to be backing up Taylor Heineke the rest of his career.
Hey, we'll see. But I will not come on this podcast and say that Taylor Heineke is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz.
I'll say it. I'm saying it right now. You're hearing it right now. Taylor Heineke is the better quarterback over Carson Wentz in Washington right now.
Crazy. But I do want to ask another question though. With the Texans being in the rebuild, I wonder why they haven't tried to, I mean, I haven't heard about them trying to get rid of Laramie Tunsil. You heard Brandon Cooks come up in trade conversations, but I didn't hear anything about Laramie Tunsil. I didn't know if that was just because of his contract or what, but I thought that was, but I don't know. It's just like very strange that they want to try to get rid of like some of those guys that, try to get more picks, but they're still going to get a lot of picks because they've traded Cleveland what three years for first round picks, 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Something insane.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't have any insight into that. I do want to, since we're talking about Tunsil, I do want to go back to Chase Young though. I'm hearing that there's a chance he still may not play. Has it been confirmed?
I thought he was I thought he was practicing.
Yeah.
So
he's been practicing.
Yeah, I knew they didn't want to play him on I forgot why they said they didn't play him on Monday, but I thought he was going to play. So to my knowledge, as of right now, I think he is going to play. But unless anything changes,
Yeah, I read an article that they were talking about possibly keeping him out another week. But I also know that they have to have him activated by, I think, Wednesday, upcoming Wednesday, or else he's on season-ending injured reserve, I want to say. Yeah. So, yeah, he has to come back. If they're going to bring him back, why not bring him back this week?
Right.
Anyway, all of that being said, I'm going with the Commanders also. I think this is a good spot for the Commanders to be in, even though this is down in Houston. I think that Robinson and Gibson are both going to have, decent days down there. Heineke, as you mentioned, is going to be able to get the ball to Terry McLaurin quite a bit. And I can see Curtis Samuel actually being heavily involved in the offense today. So, I'm taking the Commanders here -3. Again, in this situation with how the Commanders showed out against the Eagles on Monday night, I was kind of expecting this game to be more of like a 5-point spread just because of the struggles that the Texans have been having. So I think Commanders -3 here is a solid play.
Yep. Like I said, to my chagrin. Texans messed up for me last week. They are the Texans. So can't you got to go with somebody else this week.
Yeah. Well, Commanders -3 is my third pick also. So let's go ahead and kick it back over to you again.
All right, so this is going to be ugly, and I hate that I'm making this pick, just because it's a clown organization. But I am going the Indianapolis Colts +7 against the Philadelphia Eagles. If you like I said, watch the Monday night game, and just throughout the season, with Jordan Davis not on the field for the Philadelphia Eagles, this run defense has been on a struggle bus for the Eagles. Um, with Jonathan Taylor coming back, I can see him having a big game. Matt Ryan, coming starting, he's going to make better plays as opposed to Sam Mellinger. Will he make better plays as opposed to Nick Foles? We don't know because I doubt that Nick Foles plays. But anyway, the line's been going up. I think the line was at 10 at one point, but I think just with the assumption that Ellinger was going to play, so it came down a little bit. I think this is more of a 4 point, 5 point spread. So I do like the little value I'm getting there. So I like the Colts here taking it. Shaq Leonard is out for the year. So that's going to be one thing. Dallas Goedert on the Eagles side, one of the more efficient tight ends in the NFL. Now, he's going to be out for a little while. So I do like the Colts here, though.
So
I don't know if they'll win, but I do like it. I do like the +7. Also, Jalen Hurts, since he's been a starter, it hasn't been that great. I can't remember the exact record. That definitely loser record gets the spread on the road. So.
yeah, when I looked at this game, I stayed away from it because I think 7 is a big number. It depends on how the Eagles show up. Like, did that loss to the Commanders like light a fire under them, and now they're going to come out even angrier, and we see huge performances out of Jalen and like AJ Brown and the rest of the squad there. But I stayed away because, like I mentioned, 7's a big number, but I could see the Eagles winning this game bigger than that. But I don't know. I could also see the Colts sneaking out a win here, to be honest with you, if Jonathan Taylor gets going. So
under freaking Jeff Saturday.
yeah, I mean, I obviously don't think that Jeff Saturday was the best hire there. And what do I know? I'm not a general manager, but obviously looking at the team's performance last week, and not saying that it was all Jeff Saturday, but I can't. I mean, you can't knock the fact that they were able to get a win. I just don't know if Saturday's the answer long term. I don't know. I don't know what his style is. I don't know how he's running his team, but I guess we'll see. There's still the remainder of the season. I don't know if that's going to be the long-term solution there. So we'll see.
Only time will tell. If you watched the show last week, I gave you my thoughts on this Jeff Saturday hire. Thought it was bullcrap. So, but he won. It's crazy because he tweeted that the Raiders look terrible, and he ended up beating the Raiders. So, yeah. So he's 1-0 as a head coach. Nick Sirianni's coming to town. Nick Sirianni, old employer. He's going to try to stick it to him, but I think Colts will make it a closer game.
Okay. Colts +7. My next pick, I have the Vikings +1.5 versus the Cowboys. Really, this comes down to the home team advantage. Obviously, Kirk Cousins looking good, playing good, doing coolest quarterback in the league, as we discussed last week. Justin Jefferson, I think he's going to have a big day, and it just depends on if the Vikings offensive line can give Kirk Cousins some time, just because of Micah Parsons and that Cowboys defense. But I don't know. I really, this game for me, it really just comes down to the home field advantage. Dallas is coming off of that heartbreaking loss last week in overtime to the Packers. So yeah, I'm going to roll with the Vikings here +1.5.
And I'm taking Dallas Cowboys money line as my last pick.
Okay. Well, I hope the Vikings. Well, yeah, I hope that hope Dallas wins by 1.
Yeah, hey, we can all win. We can all win. But
another money line pick, huh?
Oh, for
it's
1.5
points, man. It's 1.5.
With Greg Joseph miss if they're up, if it's a tie game and if it's going, and he can like tie the game, I don't trust Greg Joseph to hit the extra point. He's been mixing extra points a lot this year. Well, not a lot, but a lot comparatively to NFL kickers. So I don't trust it. I mean, with also I want to monitor the Christian Darrisaw situation here, because he might, I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to play on Sunday. Also, another sneaky injury news with Anthony Barr. He's coming back. So
Oh,
with
is he
Anthony,
back? I saw he was questionable.
yeah, I think. Well, he's been practicing, so that's something else to monitor. So if he potentially comes back, that means more rushing for or more pass rushing for man. Wow, I just forgot his name that fast. Dang,
Parsons?
yeah, thank you. I could not. Yeah, for like, wow, that was terrible. Yeah, for
Come on,
more rushing
man.
for Michael Parsons. I know, man. It was, yeah. You literally just said his name. Yeah, so that would be more pass rushing for Michael Parsons, and with Darrisaw out, that could wreak trouble for that Minnesota Vikings offense. Kirk Cousins has struggled this year against pressure, so they'll make it a little bit more. They'll make it a little bit more difficult. Offensively, also do like the over for this game here too. I think there could be some points scored. I like Dalton Schultz and CeeDee Lamb getting some action this game. I think a lot of points would be scored here. I think Dallas, they went into went to Minnesota last year and won with Cooper Rush, and Amari Cooper, all those guys. So I definitely can see that happening again with Dak Prescott.
Um,
Actually,
I
I think
mean,
they won. I think they won the year prior to with Andy Dalton. I want to say that. So yeah, I think the Cowboys got their number right now. So I like the Cowboys money line against the Vikings.
I I'm. Do we know if Zeke's playing? Is Zeke going to be good to go?
I think he's leaning towards playing. Yeah, so that doesn't really,
Well,
whatever.
so that the thing with that is like I like the Cowboys better if Zeke's not playing.
mm,
I think Pollard's playing extremely well. I mean, he's the fantasy guy for me. I have him on my fantasy team, but I think Pollard is a more versatile like back for them. They can do more with him. I think when Zeke's in the game, they try to force feed him the ball too much. I think that the Cowboys being able to have Dak throw the ball is to their advantage. So when Zeke's in the game, I don't know. I like the Cowboys better with Pollard back there. Not saying Zeke's a bad running back. I feel like he's inconsistent. So
yeah,
um, I don't
yeah,
know. In this
yeah.
game, I'll take Dalvin Cook and Madison over Zeke and Pollard, I guess.
I mean, but Madison doesn't really get involved that much. But if Dalvin Cook goes out, we have seen Madison produce. But it does look like Zeke is going to try to give it a go tomorrow. Tomorrow. So yeah. So I guess you like that makes you feel stronger about the Vikings.
I do. Yep. Feel very good about my Vikings plus 1.5 at home.
Yep. I feel really good. Dallas Cowboys money line.
um,
Minnesota.
so my last pick is and this is a weird one for me. I'm in a tough situation because when I sent my picks over to my guy that places my big boy parlay for me, I sent it last night and he hasn't sent me the actual ticket yet, so I don't really know exactly where I got this game. I'm gonna take the line that's less in my favor. I'm gonna go Chiefs minus 5.5. When I sent it to him yesterday, though, it was Chiefs minus 4.5. So I'll ride with the 5.5 line because I still like the Chiefs minus 5.5 here. Looking at this game, there's a lot of questions because like Juju's out. Miko Hardman just went on IR, I believe, and those are two of the main guys there for Kansas City, but they have Kadarius Toney who got involved a lot more. I think Sky Moore, we're going to see some additional action from him. But at the end of the day, you also have Travis Kelce, who's still the number one guy there in Kansas City. And then you have MVS also. So, and then they have that stable of running backs too, with Pacheco, McKinnon, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And then Ronald Jones, fourth man on on the depth chart there.
Is he even active?
Was that?
Has he even been active?
I don't think so. I don't think he's actually played since like the very beginning of the season. I think maybe he got a couple touches early, but I mean, and maybe I'm thinking, was he there last year, or was it an off-season pickup?
No, I mean he was with the Bucks last year,
All the way through the end of last year. Okay.
yeah. Then he
Yeah.
ended up, got picked up by the Chiefs, which he's just stealing money. So
Yeah.
good for you,
Hey,
Ronald Jones. He's been
good for
stealing
him.
money for his whole career.
Go ahead, Rojo. Get that check.
Please, do your thing, man.
But
Also got a lot of animosity because he's just, you traded him, you traded him to me last year. I mean, though I was the better team, he's just, he's just been a bum.
yeah, I don't know, man. It very, very interesting player. I don't really understand it, but
Talented, but he just hasn't been able to put it together. Like
yeah,
I really like him coming out of USC, so I thought he would have had a better career by now.
yeah, we'll I think his career might be coming to a close here soon. Being fourth on that depth chart, I don't know if they keep him next year, and then I don't know if another team picks him up, but maybe they will. Maybe someone will be in need of a running back who has had flashes of being a good running back. So we'll see.
Yeah, NFL is weird like that. Not me. Constantly players getting hurt. So,
but and then on the other side of the ball, I think it's still unknown whether Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are going to play or not. Keenan Allen's leaning towards yes, leaning towards suiting up. Admittedly, I haven't really looked much into Mike Williams. I don't know if he's leaning towards playing or not. Don't know if you've heard anything.
Last I heard, he's leaning towards playing.
Okay, well, even then,
he said his ankle was 200%.
Is that?
No, that's the actual quote.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it. I just again, just because I'm talking to you, it just reminds me of when Carson Wentz sprained both of his ankles. So on one play, so 200%, and then like Carson Wentz was 200% injured on both his ankles.
Just continue, please.
I like the Chiefs here. I know it's a divisional game, but and I know I picked the Chargers at the beginning of the season. Obviously, they've been plagued by some injuries and some inconsistent play, but I like the Chiefs. I know that they're going to LA for this game, but go ahead and give me Chiefs -5.5.
Yeah, not much of a home advantage either for them.
Yeah.
Will Sean Payton be coaching at the Chargers next year?
You think they'll make a coaching change? Like, you think Brandon Staley is on the hot seat?
You got a young QB with if they got a chance to get Sean Payton, I think they're going to take that shot.
I think Sean Payton might end up right here.
No, well, first of all, they're still. I think the Saints still, hold his rights, in a way. So if they let his rights go, they're not going to let it go within the division.
I don't know. We'll see.
Also, I don't even know what I mean I really don't know where all is coming from. Where everybody says that Sean Payton's going to coach at the Cowboys. I hear people saying that all the time, but I never really understand where it's come from. But also, I mean, if Kyler Murray wasn't the quarterback, I think he'd go to Arizona too. But yeah, but Kyler Murray is like Kyler Murray and Sean Payton together. That's a lot of headstrong duo right there. So they'll be bumping heads a lot. So I don't think you want to coach Kyler Murray.
Did you ever see the movie with Kevin James as Sean Payton?
Oh, was that a Draft Day?
No, not that's Kevin Costner with when he
Sorry.
was the Browns GM. What was? Hold on, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, yeah, I haven't seen it though.
It was bad. I at least want to share the name of it. So I mean,
Yeah, sadly,
it was good, but it was bad.
yeah,
If that makes
sadly, I haven't
sense.
seen Draft Day either, so I might want to watch that.
You haven't seen Draft Day?
Nope.
Oh, definitely watch Draft Day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we had the on your other platform, we had that movie snake draft. When Tim said draft day, I was like, yeah, dang, I haven't seen this one.
That is a good one. That might be the like the slowest moving but most intense movie ever. Like just because like from the beginning to the end, like um Kevin Costner just the way he conducts like the trades and I mean it is a very well put together, well written movie. The Sean Payton movie is called Home Team though.
Yeah, I've never seen it nor heard of it.
Um, hold on real quick. Who else was oh Chadwick Boseman was the was one of the players in draft day too.
Hmm.
So definitely he was Vontae Mack.
Oh,
So,
he went number one or something?
I'm not gonna ruin it for you, man. I'm
Oh,
not gonna ruin the movie.
dang it.
I'm not
Try.
gonna give any spoilers on this show, even though draft day came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, never seen it.
So Vontae was supposed to be number one, is all I'm gonna say. Vontae Mack was supposed to be the number one pick. So
Hmm.
well, actually, I'm
Interesting.
sorry. There's someone else in the movie that's supposed to be number one, but Vontae thought he was going to go to the Browns with the number one pick. So I'm gonna have you watch it and see how the storyline plays out.
Man, it sounds like a true story.
Just saying, just
Interesting.
saying, man. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on track here. Let's go ahead and do a recap. Go ahead and give us your 5 picks for this week.
So I got the Chicago Bears over the 20 their 23.5 total. I got the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams under their combined 39.5 points. I got the Washington Commanders -3. I got -3 against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Indian wow. Washington Commanders -3 against the Houston Texans. The Indianapolis Colts +7 against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Dallas Cowboys money line to Zach Stonerush chagrin against the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh man, good old money line pick. I like a money line pick if it's for an underdog. Like let's go
Sure.
Vikings money line. That's what it's too late because I didn't actually take that pick in the parlay, but I looking back, I probably should have taken Vikings money line.
Yeah, increased odds and a little bit more money,
Just a little bit.
or decreased odds. I'm sorry, not increase, decrease, and a little bit more money.
Um let's or I guess I should probably go through my picks again. Chicago +3, Patriots -3.5, Commanders -3, Vikings +1.5, and the Chiefs -5.5. And again, on my actual ticket for the big boy parlay, I might have the Chiefs -4.5. That's up in the air. I haven't seen the final ticket yet. Hopefully, I'll get that soon. But we have one pick that is that's the same, so we won't be gaining any ground against each other in the Chicago game. But there's a chance for us both to pick up a dub if the Cowboys only win by one. So let's hope that that's how that plays out. Let's both get a win there. But then we are pretty much different on the rest of our games here. So there's a chance for some parity between our records this week. So looking at the big boy parlays, so there's actually two this week. So I put together two. They're essentially the same. There's just two games where I have totals that I like, but I wasn't necessarily 100% sold on. So I wanted to include them in two separate parlay, or include them in one parlay and then do a parlay without them. So the first one is the big one. It's the 9-leg parlay. So I'm actually taking the Eagles -7. So that one is a contrarian pick. I didn't love it as much as my other five, but again, I could see this game very well pushing, being an actual touchdown game. But I do see the potential for the Eagles to win this game by more than a touchdown. Patriots -3.5. Commanders -3. I actually took the Lions Giants under 44.5, which seems crazy just because of how many points that the Lions can score. I don't know. I see this game. I see this game going into halftime as like a 7-0 game. And then I just hope that scoring doesn't pick up in the second half like it typically does for the Lions. So then I got Chicago +3. I got the Bills -7.5 against the Browns. No team's really a home team here because this game's being played in Detroit because all the snow that Buffalo got. I got the Raiders Broncos over 41.5. The Vikings +1.5 and the Chiefs -5.5. So that one is plus 34,080. So you bet $100, you win $34,000. And then if you take those 2-point totals out, so if you take the Lions and Giants under and the Raiders Broncos over out, becomes a 7-leg parlay and it's plus 9,032. So bet 100 there, win 9,000.
Did you say like Raiders and Broncos over?
I did.
I should have said this before the show, but like for now on, I forbid you for putting any money towards the Broncos offense. It like never again on this show until they put up over 21 points consecutive weeks. I forbid you to bet putting money on their offensive output. It's unders only.
This is more of a Raiders play for me. This is more of Derek Carr and Devontae Adams having another big game together.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hope it works. But yeah, I should have told you before the show or something like that. I forbid you for putting any money on the betting on Broncos offensive output.
I have this game at 31-13. The Raiders win at 31-13.
You think the Raiders will put up 31 against that defense?
I do.
Oh man,
I think that defense is going to have to be on the field a lot. So
that's a hot take. Hot take.
Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and write that one down too.
You might as well. You know what? You should parlay those two scores: the 21-7 New England versus Jets, and then the 31-13 Denver and Raiders.
Let's see if I can pull up what that would be.
If you parlay that for like $1, you probably make like 50,000.
Let's take a look at what those odds would be real quick. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, that would be crazy odds.
Let's see here. Let's go down to that game. Patriots. Correct score. So I had this as the Patriots 20, Jets 7. Yeah, this is going to be stupid. Just looking at the first game is plus 17,000. Let's go back and do the Raiders Broncos. 31-13, correct score.
Yeah, plus 30,000.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
$31-13. That's insane. This is stupid. It's plus 5,147,000.
Dude, you would be great for the rest of your days.
We might have to talk after this.
Yeah.
I'll throw $5 at it.
Hey, might as well.
$250,000. I'll take a $250,000 for $5. Let's go.
Yeah, you might have to hire security.
I mean, $250,000 is not that much.
Yeah, it's something. You know how sports books are. So
yeah.
Well, I'm just envisioning just us in Las Vegas. If we're living in Las Vegas, I love the Casino movie with Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. So yeah, that's my movie. So, but
Transparently, I've never seen that movie, so I think that should be our homework. You watch
yeah,
Draft Day, I watch Casino.
Casino is a long movie though. It's like 3 hours.
That's
So
fine. I got nothing but time.
I'll watch Draft Day, and then we'll reconvene.
Perfect. We can talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah,
But yeah, I might actually see if I can get that played somewhere. But yeah, so we got some big boy parlays. We got Avery and I's top 5 picks. Um, I tell
yeah.
you what, if we do
Those
hit
correct
that,
scores hit. Those correct scores hit would be the biggest thing. It will be the biggest show in the country.
that'll be crazy. But I don't know. We're gonna have to get them played. All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up, man. I appreciate you coming on as always. Good back and forth. Listeners out there, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the banter as well. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, hit the like button, turn on notifications, all the stuff that we that being on YouTube you have to say to increase the following. Go ahead and leave your locks in the comments too. Like each week, we'd love to hear who your takes are. Tell us why we're wrong on our picks as well. But go ahead and do that. Go ahead and like us on Instagram as well. I haven't dabbled in TikTok. I feel like I'm an old man. I got to learn the new social media platform. But in my opinion, Facebook's dead. There's not really much going on there. They're trying to build a fake world out there, spending lots of money on it. So I don't know, what Facebook's going to look like long term.
Twitter's
But
dead, right?
I don't know. I don't know what Zuck's doing, but he's a lot smarter than I am. So maybe he's playing a long game here.
You mean Zuck or Musk?
Oh, I know. I like Musk.
Oh,
Like Twitter. I don't know what's going on with Twitter either. Twitter's just a wild world right now. I just every day I subscribe to a finance newsletter, and they talk about Musk just about every day, and they just share like his tweets and like his emails that he sends out to his employees. It's that's a wild dude. But I don't know Twitter. I don't know if Twitter's dead or Twitter's gonna blow up. Who knows what could happen?
yeah. I don't know if they'll have any employees. Well, I think with those demands, that's what was like half the employees said no or something like that.
Really, I didn't hear that. I gotta catch up.
You have to do your research on that. But I know a lot of them said no. They just take that severance package. So
Hey, for Musk, I don't think he cares. I think he's like, all right, kick rocks. I'll hire new people, or maybe he won't hire people. I mean, I feel like, and again, I'm just an idiot on the internet saying things I have no idea, what I'm talking about. But I can't imagine that Twitter needed, as many employees as they had. I don't know what all goes into running a social media platform, but I feel like they were probably overstaffed anyway. I know they struggle with making money.
Yeah, he came in and fired what, like a third or something like that?
Instantly, just came in like, you guys are out.
Crazy.
So I don't know. Dude's a genius.
He's a mad scientist. So
for sure.
Everything, I mean, so far has been successful. So
can't knock him.
PayPal group, and then started Tesla and SpaceX. So
that's he's gonna get us to Mars too. So
yeah, might be living on another planet here soon.
So yeah, I think that's his home planet. I think the dude's an alien. So
he might be. Yeah. Well, Texas isn't in part of this country anyway, so it might be in another whole nother country.
Yeah. Anyway, I forget where we were going. I think I was telling everyone to follow us on Instagram. That's how we got to where that's where that conversation started.
We don't know if Twitter or Facebook is going to be around for much longer, apparently. So
I know Instagram's owned by Facebook too, but
yeah. So we might just follow us on TikTok or something like that. Once
follow us wherever you can find us. How about that? But most importantly, YouTube. Follow us on YouTube.
Yeah. Google's in good hands.
Right. Well, Avery, you got any last minute things you want to share before we end the show?
I do not. Appreciate all the viewers. Hopefully have a better week this week. 0-5 sucks, so I can't. Only way to go is up. Can't do much worse than that.
I've been there, man. I had an 0-5 week early on in the season, so
Wait, this is my second. This is my second winless week in a row, right? Because I went what 0-2-3 the other week.
yeah,
Not good, guys. So I got you. I mean, I got to do better this week. This is the week to do it.
let's do it, man. Let's both get. Well, I don't want to. I guess I'd be fine with you going 4-0-1 this week because I need that Eagles game to at least push, or
Fair enough.
Eagles win.
Yeah,
So
yeah. If they push and then everything else hits, hey, you still win some money.
that's right. Um, well, thanks again for jumping on, man. For listeners and viewers out there, thanks so much for tuning in to our shenanigans each week. Have a good weekend. Try to make it as profitable as possible, and we will talk to you all next week. Take care.
Au revoir.